my sister-in-law's coworker. She does project management like in pharmaceuticals. Apparently this woman who had her own degrees or a career or whatever, but her husband was like very, very rich, right? Did very well. She didn't want to, she didn't have to work, but she chose to work because she'd been in school all of these years and, she wanted to do something, And they were like, oh, well, maybe she don't really need a raise because her husband. Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
That's kind of really fucked up, but I'm not gonna lie, it makes sense.
That's what I don't be telling nobody.
No, but it's not their business, though.
It's not their business, and
Thank you.
I'm not saying that it's right. I'm just saying like
I'm crying broke every day. Aaron, that's such an that's why I ain't got no money. I cry broke all the time. I'm telling you, like, because people will count your pockets and they don't really know what else is going on in your life, what else you contributing to, what else you paying for, what other obligations you have. So granted, like, he probably did well, had no problem, like, probably didn't even need her to work. But I don't think that's fair to
assume.
If she's been performing, why would you not give her
the raise? Yeah.
Yeah, she does. I mean, I do think that she does deserve her worth. I mean, but you know
what?
Yeah.
Joseph over there might got 3 kids, and
Seems like Joseph should probably work a little harder.
No, he getting a raise. He just need a little extra. We're gonna take
probably do something strange.
For some change.
Hey, y'all said change. I'm just.
Well, I hope he ain't doing nothing strange for free.
Right?
Joseph really down bad.
Super down bad, right?
That's bad. My boy Joe, we got to get it together.
But you know what's funny? I promise, until my sister-in-law told me about that situation, I never thought about it. While I am in general a very like private person with, in general, I never thought like that people will be counting your pockets like that and not give you a raise that you're essentially entitled to, especially if you're a performer. Like, come on now. If I'm keeping this team together, or I know you need me here, like, you need to run me my money.
Just the simple fact that I earned it, right? Like, I believe in all earnings, should be paid accordingly. You know what I'm saying? That's my one thing I can't get with when it comes to a lot of jobs, that they're not performance-based. Like, if somebody over here is excelling at the same job as somebody over there, but they're getting paid relatively close, that's why I was like, yeah, I can't work. Because I know.
Rico said, I done sold 17 more iPhones.
Yeah.
Than Jill over there. And
Jill's got.
Right. And Brad.
And I'm only like 50 cents higher than her. Oh, hell no. Nah, but and that was the thing. I mean,
it makes you want to not take your job seriously. Like, I don't give a fuck how much phones I sell today.
That part.
And that's what happened, right? So I was like, I don't get what my 15s became 45s. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, well, this is what it is, But I just think that if you earn something, you have the right to get what your worth is. And I feel like if you're not earning it, if you're doing the bare minimum, you should, like, the bare minimum and the
bottom, like the floor of the salary.
Yeah, they should not be the same, just because of the position.
Hey man, I always tell people, because I in corporate America, I learned my lesson. Like, the only reward for working hard is more work.
Mm-hmm.
You remember, like, it was like my first job, like my first like corporate job out of law school. And like, it was really like where like my proofing ground, where I really like learned my trade. And I was like, okay, sure, give me the work, because I want the exposure. Because I want the exposure, I want the opportunity to like grow, I want the opportunity to shine. But then when you start being like the person who always comes through, who always performs, and like high performance is your norm, you just get more work.
And the same pay. Yeah, that's what I can't do.
And I'll say this, like, I was in a good position. Like, I think I was at the company for like 5 years, and I caught them at a time where they needed me. And that's when I asked for my money, and I got exactly what I wanted, So like Alan said, stay hot, you know, stay relevant, you know, but you have to figure out like really how to manage expectations. And for a while I was always coming through for people, always a top performer, always like the overachiever, because I've always been an overachiever, you know. But I didn't see the payout from it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that was problematic.
You wasn't overpaid.
Yeah, like I was like, and I was like, I'm trying to buy a house. I think maybe at one point I like stayed. I think at one point I was staying with my dad, and then my dad got rid of his house and like moved like out, like further outside the city. And then I was like, I stayed with my mom, saved my little coins, got my house or whatever. But like, I'm like, I can't allow these people to like underpay me when I'm clearly like hands down, like clearly the top performer. Because if this is what you paying me, I'm just gonna come in and do the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And not get fired.
Yep.
You know. So long story short, like it's unfortunate, but many, and I'll say most, actually, I would say most companies reward you with more work.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if your salary, like if you work in sales, it's great because that's how it, because you get a portion of your sales. If you work in development, any of that, you gon', because you get rewarded for it. And mind you, being a lawyer, like I support sales, I support the business, I support all these functions. So I know, like when people are like sales, I'm like, oh, just put this through. I'm like, no, friend, that's a liability to the company. They don't care. They want their money.
Yep.
And that's why they doing it, because they want their money. And I get it. Yeah, and I get it. But so, man, shout out to y'all young kids. I don't know what y'all be doing these days for jobs and stuff, but
They gotta
take a lesson.
You gotta cut the lawyer.
Take a lesson. It's more money.
Cut the lawyer a check. Get the deal done.
No, and they started like shooting me like little tickets here, or because if you work in sales, you get stuff.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, Aaron, I got tickets to the such and such. You want this? Or I got some bottles of wine. You want? They started understanding if you're not ponying up, your shit. No, your priority is gonna be down here.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, my friend. So I think like the way this correlates to relationships is that a lot of times if you come into a space with somebody and you're already a top performer, it kind of leaves like not enough room for growth or for you to like show off like you doing like incrementally more, So if you come in doing X, Y, and Z, like what's left?
And they expect it too, because they expect you to stay at an XYZ level.
Yeah.
And then when they can't see that you're still growing, and they're getting comfortable while they're just abusing your X, Y, and Z.
It's abusing?
It's abusing.
How's it abusing?
Because I feel like
it's unappreciated more so.
No, I feel like if you're doing X, Y, and Z, you have to do less. You get to do less. And you stay right there and you don't want to do more because this person's always going to do more of the work. That's going to be that person's job. You expect
They'll never
that person.
recognize more because there's nothing after Z.
So that was the point that I was.
Yeah. Well, one thing I learned.
Not even A, B, and C. They
But
just
they'll
chill.
recognize when you do less than Z. So when they see that, you're not going above and beyond, and you're just like stagnant, and you're like, okay, well, they don't appreciate me if I keep going, or I'm trying to hit that mark, so I'm just chilling now. They're gonna recognize that. They'll probably even talk to you a little bit, send an email or whatever, and they're gonna try to diminish your X, Y, and Z because now you're X, Y.
But your X,
That's
Y,
what
and Z
I'm
was
saying.
okay. I get what you mean.
Yeah.
I get what you mean.
Yeah, because
But-
that's definitely happened to me at a job before.
We're talking about
It's
relationships.
not like,
Oh, I was talking about a job.
I hope y'all caught that.
I was talking about a job.
Man, I'm like, my girl never emailed me.
I don't be emailing nobody. It's sorry.
What?
Hey guys, if you enjoyed that clip, make sure you check out the full episode on YouTube. All the full episodes are there, so check it out.